the surprise of the NFL last season, the Buffalo Bills are up next in our preview and prediction series, finishing tied with the second best record in football last season. The Bills went 13-3. They were 7-1 at home. They were 6-2 on the road. They were 6-0 in the division. They did not lose a single division game. And remember, this is a division that was ran by the Patriots for over a decade. Offensively, they were tied with the second best offense in football with 396.4 yards per game. Defensively, they were 14th, giving up 352.5 yards per game. In this year's draft, they picked up Gregory Rousseau, a defensive end out of Miami, with the 30th overall pick. Then drafted yet another defensive end with the 61st overall pick, Carlos Basham Jr., out of Wake Forest. Then went offensive line with Spencer Brown, an offensive tackle out of Northern Iowa, in the 3rd round. When we look at players they lost in the offseason, there really isn't that much. Andre Roberts was a Pro Bowler, great returner, signed with the Texans. John Brown was released. Quinton Jefferson was released. They did lose Brian Winters, a couple of pieces, but nothing insane. And none of that even matters when you sign the MVP, Mitchell Trubisky. They also picked up Emmanuel Sanders and Matt Breida and some other players, but I don't feel like any of them really matter since they have the MVP. Their strength of schedule is tied for 23rd. Some of their notable games that aren't versus divisional rivals: they open the season against Pittsburgh, which is going to be a great game. Then they go to Tennessee week 6. They go to New Orleans week 12. And then they go to Tampa Bay week 17. Talk about some brutal away games. Whoever comes up with these schedules were not kind to the AFC Championship runner-up. I just want to read off a couple things for you before we do go into the key players. The offense scored more points than any team in franchise history. They scored 501 points, and they had their best record since 1991. And that all starts with Josh Allen. I think nobody expected Josh Allen to make the leap that he did last year. After finishing 4th this past season, I expect him to pick up where he left off. At this point, he's probably only going to get better. One of my favorite quarterbacks to watch in all of football. His arm strength, his mobility, his decision-making. He just seems to be getting better and better. And on top of that, when you pair him with Stephon Diggs, man, that is just... I'm so happy Stephon Diggs is no longer with the Vikings, being a Bears fan, but seeing what he did last season in Buffalo was incredible. The dude led the league in receptions and yards, earning All-Pro honors. After signing a big contract before the start of last season, Tre'Davious White backed up his talk and solidified himself as one of the best corners in the game. I think this is important to mention, and a lot of Bills fans probably will agree with me here. One player who seems to be underrated every year is starting safety Jordan Poyer. Now, the Bills signed Poyer as a relatively unknown free agent in 2017, and he immediately stepped into the starting lineup alongside Micah Hyde. These two players have combined to become one of the top safety duos in all of the NFL. As for my record projection, they gave Josh Allen so much money last week, which is very well deserved. Now, Bills Mafia, I'm not saying the Bills are going to take a step back, but I don't see another 13-3 season. I'm going to go with 12-5. I do still think they're going to win the division. This offense is awesome. I do have some concerns defensively. I don't like the tight end position. They took a step back last year defensively, but their offense was easily able to make up for that. So if their defense can get back to where it's at, this is a Super Bowl contending team 100%. I still think they're going to make the playoffs. I need to see a couple games before I'm fully sold on them. Anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Again, if you are enjoying the series, please make sure you drop a like. Please make sure you guys do drop a subscription. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below your record predictions for the Buffalo Bills this upcoming season. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon.